January 2nd, 2026, Caracas, Venezuela. The city's usual evening rhythm was shattered by a sudden, violent explosion. The first blast ripped through the night, shaking buildings and sending shockwaves of panic across the city. Windows rattled, car alarms blared, and people rushed to their windows searching for answers. The ordinary vanished, replaced by chaos and fear. Within moments, a second explosion followed, closer and even more powerful. The city was plunged into confusion, families huddled together, parents clutching children, phones jammed as everyone tried to reach loved ones. The blast felt personal, immediate, and terrifying. Sirens wailed in the distance, but official information was nowhere to be found. Power grids flickered and died, plunging neighborhoods into darkness. The blackout left residents isolated, their only company the echo of explosions and the uncertainty of what would come next. Caracas, a city hardened by crisis, was now united in fear, holding its breath for dawn. The psychological impact was instant: panic, dread, and a desperate need for answers. This was no accident. The scale and coordination suggested something deliberate, something sinister. As the night dragged on, the city waited, gripped by a single question: what just happened? Caracas was left in darkness, both literal and figurative, awaiting the first light of day and the truth it might bring. The first explosion struck at 9:47 p.m. Eyewitnesses in Chacao and Sucre heard a strange low hum just before the blast. Many thought it was a passing aircraft, until the deafening crack shattered the night. Maria Rodriguez on the 15th floor said, "The whole building shook. It sounded like it came from the sky." 3 minutes later, a second, even louder explosion erupted near the city center. Carlos Mendez, a street vendor, described a flash of orange light, then a boom so loud his ears rang for hours. Panic spread. People realized this was no isolated incident. Social media exploded with videos and frantic messages. Hashtags like "Har Explosiones Caracas" trended worldwide. A third blast at 9:58 p.m. hit the western districts, followed by widespread power outages. The pattern, east, center, west, made residents feel surrounded. Darkness amplified the fear. When the lights went out, that was the scariest part, one witness said. Sirens and shouting filled the air. Helplessness set in. In just over 10 minutes, Caracas was transformed, ears ringing, nerves shattered, and a city left vulnerable under a darkened sky. The blasts were coordinated, deliberate, and left no one untouched. The city's collective trauma was captured in shaky videos and desperate voice messages. For many, the night felt endless, the fear overwhelming. Caracas was under siege, and no one knew why. In the aftermath, official silence was deafening. No statements, no alerts, just rumors and fear spreading faster than facts. Residents scrolled through their phones, desperate for guidance, but found only speculation. Theories multiplied. A coup, foreign attack, internal conflict, none confirmed. The lack of information paralyzed the city. People waited, trapped in uncertainty. Social media became a battleground of unverified claims and anxiety. The government's silence deepened distrust and left citizens feeling abandoned. Hours passed with no answers, only mounting questions. The explosions had stopped, but the psychological shock lingered. Caracas waited in the dark, alone and afraid. The blasts in Caracas reverberated far beyond Venezuela. Tensions with the U.S. had been escalating. Sanctions, accusations, and threats were routine. Any crisis in Venezuela is instantly viewed through a geopolitical lens. The world watched, fearing a local event could spark a global confrontation. Venezuela's oil reserves and strategic location made the stakes even higher. Neighboring countries braced for fallout: refugees, border security, instability. International media scrambled for facts, wary of propaganda and misinformation. Every statement was scrutinized for political motives. The truth became a contested prize in a global information war. Caracas was now the epicenter of international anxiety. In chaos, facts are precious and scarce. No verified evidence pointed to a foreign attack or a domestic group claiming responsibility. Social media was flooded with rumors, doctored images, and recycled footage. Journalists resisted the urge to speculate, focusing only on what could be confirmed. The Venezuelan government blamed external enemies. Critics blamed the government. Neither claim was proven. The real story was in the timeline, the sounds, the power outages, what witnesses actually experienced. Attribution without evidence would only fuel confusion. The search for truth was slow, but necessary. Only verified facts could cut through the noise. Caracas needed clarity, not more fear. By morning, a clearer picture emerged. 3 coordinated explosions, east at 9:47 p.m., center at 9:50, west at 9:58. Witnesses consistently reported a strange hum before each blast, but the source remains unconfirmed. The explosions triggered widespread power outages, especially in the south and west. Clinics treated injuries from panic and anxiety, but no official casualty numbers were released. No further attacks or gunfire followed the third explosion. Emergency services responded, but there was no visible military combat deployment. The incident was contained to those 10 minutes. No more, no less. These are the facts. Everything else is speculation. The investigation would have to build from this foundation. Caracas woke to uncertainty and fear. The investigation into the blasts became the city's urgent priority. Authorities faced pressure to be transparent and restore trust. Journalists focused on facts, resisting rumors and political spin. The incident deepened Venezuela's political divides and trauma. The government might use it to justify crackdowns. Critics saw it as a sign of failure. For ordinary people, it was another blow in years of hardship. Recovery would require more than repairs. It would demand healing. The world watched, waiting for answers. The search for truth, and for hope, had only just begun.